What's up, guys? I think we're live. Can you guys hear me in the chat? After I have audio confirmation, we will start. Looks and sounds good. Awesome. All right. Well, what's up, Yoon-Fam? It is I, Mark Yoon. And today I'm bringing another hopefully exciting video. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is we're going to open up a dialogue and have a community discussion about continuity and about canon or canonization in the universe of Soul Calibur. Is it important? Doesn't matter. There are a lot of things about that we can touch on. Some people seem to think that there's like no canonicity to the universe whatsoever. Others would argue that canon is all that matters. I am a little bit kind of both when it comes to Soul Calibur as form of canon. So the thing that we really got stuck on was Soul Calibur 6. When it was announced this was going to be along the same guidelines in the same timeline, but set in another universe. So they're resetting the timeline back to the events of Soul Calibur 1 and 2. It was a little lukewarm for some people, and a lot of people didn't really understand what that meant of being inside the same universe while, being completely different from it at the same time. I still get comments to this day. I just got a comment yesterday about SCVI and why he can't be in this game, and it's mainly because of his age in this game. And they were talking about the continuity issues of what happened with him in 5, how he was kicked off the edge or whatever of the cliff, and perhaps he was saved by an astral fissure or something akin to that. So these are all things that people ask me on a daily basis, and I think that the best way to go about it is, since this is a reboot of sorts, the only thing that we can actually do, and you guys can talk with me in the chat while we're talking about this, is completely open-ended. I'm going to be answering you guys, and we're also going to be discussing other things besides this topic. But so any questions or comments that you have about this topic, also, I'll be sure to read them. Super chats are also turned on, and stickers. So if you definitely want your comment to be seen, there's that option as well. And there's also memberships that are active as well. So I think members get priority. But with that being the case, I wanted to just talk about Grow for a little bit. Grow set the tone for what this game was to become in terms of continuity, right? So we started off with a whole new character in this game, and that pretty much is the developer's way of telling us, listen, this isn't the same Soul Calibur timeline that you're used to. This is totally different because we have a new character that we're following, and this character, including the Evolve organization, wasn't really around in the older timeline. So obviously events that transpired during Soul Edge that led up to this point had some changes in there where this led to all this stuff, like we see as well, and all this stuff going on in the story changes from Soul Calibur 1, right? So the best way to look at it for what is canon and what's not canon in the Soul Calibur series going forward is, yes, since we have Cassandra and other characters that have come back in the series so far, like Zasalamel talked to his past self or whatever, knows about this stuff, especially Cassandra coming and visiting herself through the astral fissure, we can definitely see, okay, the old timeline exists, right? It actually did happen. So it's something along the lines of Dragon Ball GT or whatever. So everything that transpired in that timeline still transpired in that timeline, but whether or not it affects this current timeline is a whole nother story entirely, which is why it's called a soft reboot. Okay, we have, hi Mark, I hope you're okay. Anyway, when is season 3 for you? Hi Soul Celestial. Season 3 for the DLC. I'm going to approximate that we get some kind of announcement about that in maybe January, so sometime next month. I don't think the next character is going to come out until probably, I don't know, maybe February, something like that. Anyway, I'll do a video on that when I have more information on that. But thank you for asking the question. So we do have the library in the museum that we can use in Soul Calibur 6, right? So that gives us a lot of good information. I know a lot of people don't really touch the library or the museum stuff, especially the people that haven't really gone through and beaten Libra of Souls on the 2 different modes, the good ending and the bad ending. But all that stuff has been stated to be canon. So we know for a fact that all that stuff did in fact happen in the past timeline, but it's whether or not they recognized or ignored in this timeline is what's actually making up the difference with that. And it depends on what they say in the library, really. So in the library, there's a lot of things that's talking about, like SCVI is mentioned, for example. You know, they hint towards a lot of different things, as well as the Soul Chronicles and Labor of Soul, which all leads to basically everything in Soul Edge happened almost the way exactly that it happened, unless they say otherwise. So unless it's mentioned by a character or brought up in the continuity or talked about in the museum at this point, at any point, then we can be suffice to say that we're not going to say that that happened in this same timeline until it's actually said that it happened. Okay. So we're pretty much going by word of mouth at this point. If they give us any information, that's the information that we are actually going to go by. We can speculate and use headcanon all day till we're blue in the face, but I'm not sure if any of that information will actually come true. We just have to wait for the developers to actually go ahead and give us that information. Again, I'm completely open with this conversation, so I want you guys in the chat, if you need to ask me any questions, just go ahead. And I'm wearing the Santa hat because we did have a stream yesterday, but people were busy, so we canceled it and rescheduled it for today. So what's up, all my ho-ho homies in the chat? Excuse me. But anyway, whether or not the relevance of canon or continuity even matters to you is completely subjective. I tend to look at this game as a reboot. So Soul Celestial says, who will be the main character in Soul Calibur 7? For me, it will be Raphael. Raphael does have a prominent role in this series so far, but it does seem to be that he's playing more of a side character, or maybe even a mentorship role for Amy at this point. And we do know, we have strong hints that she is going to become Viola in this timeline. So whether that's in Soul Calibur 8 or whatever is going to be up for discovery. But I would have to say that they're going to go with Heiichiro Mitsurugi like they always do. He's pretty much going to be the streamlined main protagonist figure, and everybody else is going to play different varying levels of importance in and throughout the story. And we all know that like Mitsurugi doesn't interact with everybody, so they do have other ways of doing that. Soul Calibur usually tends to go with groups as opposed to characters for being main protagonists. Like we have the group of the traveling people with you know, Maxi and everybody with them. We have the three Koreans that are usually doing their own thing, even though Yoon-Song usually goes off and does his own thing. Then you have Siegfried, who's still trying to reach atonement or whatever. So I don't really think there's even one main protagonist in the series. I think there definitely was back in the Soul Edge days. It was Hwang Sung-gyung and Mitsurugi were definitely the main characters. And then somewhere along the lines, it evolved into Siegfried, I would say. But yeah, it's anyone's guess. Atherin Dragoneel says, honestly, in 7, I'm really curious and hopeful that 7 or 8 goes more in detail with Amy becoming Viola. Yeah, I think that Amy becoming Viola is definitely going to be a huge topic or touched upon point. Like, I know we've brought up the new shepherds and the swords when we've gotten this latest DLC with Hwang Sung-gyung. They extended upon a bunch of the story elements, and we know that SCVI is actually the number 2 in German or whatever, and all the swords are actually numbered. So we actually have the Korean soul guy, I forget what his name is off the top of my head, but he was Won Gobak. Yeah. So he is actually one of the swords, and Ishka was actually the shepherd controlling him or abiding him, like, you know, keeping him under control, making sure he does what Nightmare supposed wants them to do. So I think that Viola is going to play this similar role to the character of SCVI, but I think that SCVI might actually have that reversed, and he might actually be the shepherd for Viola, especially if Viola loses her mind or becomes, you know, loses track of who she is based on like the way that she ends up becoming Viola, or so we can have that switched either way. I think either or will make for a great story. Honestly, it's not really like they can do any wrong in that aspect. The narration has been really on point, especially in Soul Calibur 6. It's gotten really, really good. So where the story is leading towards and what's going to happen with the story, I'm confident that they're going to flesh out any extra characters that they actually potentially put in the game. And I'm pretty sure they're going to do a good job of it because everybody's getting a good time to shine. Like even take Setsuka, for example. Her story was way better than it used to be. Hilda, she's totally fleshed out, and her story was amazing, like her Soul Chronicle. And we're getting these like stories that are like almost 2 hours long a piece for most of the characters. And it's really fleshing them out and fleshing out all the characters that they're interacting with and that they're intertwined with, their relationship to the swords. It's going really good. And of course, we're gonna have a ton of videos like leading up to 8. All right, Atherin Dragoneel says, "What will be an awesome for 6 to be her shepherd and guiding Viola with the gaps in her mind and her scattered memories." Yeah, I think that's definitely going to play a role. I think she's going to actually fight Raphael at some point in the story. And I don't think we're going to get the vampire Raphael in this timeline, but I do think he's going to play a role in bringing her mind back. And between her and Zwei and Raphael, their story is going to take a big focus of the story of Soul Calibur 8. But I think just like in this one with, the atonement of Siegfried, I think it is going to play a major role, but it might be subdued by other characters who have more time in the spotlight. But I think it's going to be a major point. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take a drink. Raphael 100D, Death Soul says, "Hey, what's up, Death?" Dude, Vampire Hunter D was legit back in the day. It's one of my favorite anime, especially movie-wise. Animation's beautiful in that. By the way, I don't know if you guys can actually hear the music. I'm playing it from my phone. I just wanted some background effect because I noticed the last time in the last live stream, it was a little bit quiet. So I wanted to keep this on a little bit more of like my regular videos pace. Hey, man, I hope you had a great Christmas. Thanks, Death. I did absolutely nothing, and I had a failed live stream, and that was it. I just ended up playing Destiny 2 pretty much all night. I hope you had a good Christmas. I did, though. One of my good close buddies actually PayPal'd me like $20, so I ended up getting the Destiny DLC. But all in all, like, your headcanon is what's going to be your headcanon. And the problem that I say with other people, I say you need to like just kind of temper your expectations for the story. Like we just had this awesome question from Soul Celestial talking about how Raphael was in there, right? Death says, haha, all the greens to you. Yeah, hopefully I get some green boys. I won't be mad at that. It'll be my nice Christmas treat. But like he was saying that for him personally, he wants the story to focus around Raphael, which I can totally see that. But what happens with that is when you start building yourself up for this and you start building up this headcanon and this hype, when the game actually comes out and it takes a totally different turn than you didn't expect, then you're actually going to take out that excitement and it's going to become anger or frustration. And it might even come out on the team. Like, why didn't you do this? Or you could have done this, or I think it would have been a good idea for you to do that. And you end up putting more pressure on the team to actually comply with your thoughts that they have no way of knowing, as opposed to enjoying the story as a fresh story like you should, which is what I always do. I try to go in there not speculating at all. Soul Celestial says, I think Soul Calibur 7 will cover Soul Calibur 2 through 4. It could be very interesting if someone creates the Broken Destiny, Soul Edge, and Soul Calibur Fusion, maybe as well with the fragments. I'm not sure if Aswell is going to be doing that with the fragments. It might be the swords and their shepherds that are gathering the shards of Soul Edge that are full. It's probably going to have something like that, and I think they're going to take over the Ultimate Seeds work, but we'll see what happens with that. That's all says. The series has rarely had consistent main characters. Yeah, it never has main characters. It has people that play roles within the story to push the plot forward. Most of them are engines for the plot to be a narrative device for us. Every character, in essence, is almost playing a role of us, trying to have everything explained to them. But with this game, they did a little different thing when Libra of Soul, when we have the astral fissures and whatnot, and our character that we create, the series is unfolding in different events throughout their eyes, which is supposed to be our eyes. So in essence, like, we've become a part of the world, and they can just like use that forward as a plot device, which I really think is a good idea, because not only does it invest people in the actual story and it thinks that we're a part of it, but is also driving the plot forward in a really interesting way. Thank you for the comment, by the way, Soul. I appreciate it. And yeah, Death, anytime Green Boys pop up, you know I become a happy man. By the way, Death, I don't know if you know this, but memberships went live. I haven't talked to you since the last stream, so you can actually join the channel now. And I also wanted to say thank you, MKSM. He became a member on the channel, so that comes with exclusive privileges and stuff like that. Obviously, he gets my PSN name so we can play Soul Calibur and other games together, but now he will also is added to a special chat for members only on the Discord. So it helps you guys directly contact with me. Geet says, hi, Geets have returned. What's up, buddy? Hey, Mark, do you think they will cut some characters for the next game or will keep them impossible new characters? That's a really good question, Fox Alive. I can't honestly answer that because me and speculation, I don't know what they're going to do with that, but I think that they're going to keep this as a foundation. And since that we are going forward with this story, I don't think they're going to cut anybody except for maybe possibly as well, but I'm not sure about that. Or he could just be an unlockable bonus character like they do in other Soul Calibur games previously. But I'll have, as soon as I get information on that, I'll let you guys know. But they will cut characters, I think, if they actually change it to a new engine. So if they go from, like, let's say Unreal 4 to Unreal 5, they may have to cut assets because they're building these characters' polygons over again from scratch. That says, do you think the series would be better off if it had a main character? And I'd like to join for sure. Yeah, just click the join button next to subscribe on my main page, and it'll give you all the options there. And if you have any questions about that, you can just ask me. No, actually, I don't think. Thanks for the $5 boy, Death. Merry Christmas to you too, buddy. We got a green boy. Oh, we got a green boy. I don't really think. I always, whenever I dance, I look up at the count in the room to see if it drops, and I always think it's funny if it does. But I don't think it'll be better to have a main character. I like the way they're doing it now because the narration is what drives the plot as opposed to characters' wants and desires. That's just usually a side aspect to the games. So I think the narration levels is really good and on point here. I don't think they should change that. Geet said, my name is Geeter and it's a J pronunciation. Oh, so like Jeter? Like Derek Jeter kind of thing? Eric Kai says, Siegfried is the main character story-wise, and Mitsurugi is the main character promotion-wise. Well, the entire story revolves around Mitsurugi and his travels. And Siegfried, especially in 6, has played more of a back burner role. And he never really did in Soul Edge as well. He wasn't the main character until he really had this thing with Nightmare in Soul Calibur 1. He was in Soul Edge, but he definitely wasn't the main character. I think he plays more of a side role, I would like to say, in Soul Calibur 6, especially that's apparent if you've played Libra of Souls and the Story Chronicles. And I really like the Story Chronicles for each individual character, too, because it really lets us see all the characters' story throughout this instead of just one character's perspective. So, Jeets TV. Yeah, I guess you can say that, but you're just leading to the same point. By the way, if you guys can't read the chat, Jeets just said Siegfried is the main character and Kilik is the side character and Mitsurugi is the showrunner. But like we were saying before, I don't know if you were on the stream, is they're all pretty much traveling in groups. So it's more of a group perspective. We're all coming together to stop this kind of threat perspective, and we're doing our own journeys at the same time rather than one person driving the narrative, which is a really good idea in their part. Can you guys hear the music okay, or is it too low? Hello, everyone. I don't have much to add to this discussion, but I will gladly listen. Well, thank you for being here and listening anyway. And we can change the discussion topic at any time, guys. It's up to you. You guys are the ones that roll the chat. I just wanted to have this as a base discussion and run it like a normal video because I found that when I was watching back my own streams, yes, which I do, it got a little boring at times without a topic to keep going back to if nobody was talking. You don't hear music? Okay. If they add Yoon in the game, then this will be my first time using Yoon. Yeah, Yoon Song, if he comes back in Season 3, he should be fun. I'm sure they're going to change some aspects of him, but keep him overall similar. Dev says, I think I overall agree about Siegfried. At least in hindsight, it's not always been portrayed in that way in presentation, but in the story, it seems that way. He has been tied to the Soul Swords. Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree. I think he is a big part of the production as a whole, but I think the narrative isn't really focused on him. Dragoneel says, also, I'm drinking for you, Mark. What are you drinking, buddy? I think I have like some beer, but you guys know how that goes with tips. So that's the only time I'm going to indulge in that. Until then, I'm going to be drinking sagwa juice, just apple juice. But I think I got some Budweisers in the fridge. Eric says, who will be the next guest character in the game? I have no idea. I've made like several videos on it. Friend says alcoholic root beer. Oh, nice. That stuff actually tastes really good. I've had it before. That's bomb. Wait, let me answer this other question. Like I said, guys, if the super chats will really help me read better if I can follow the chat stream. I lost what I was saying. Let's see. Oh, the next guest character in the game. I've done videos on it, so you can go back and check my stuff. I don't know if I really need to reiterate it here, but it depends on like what happens. Like I say, it can always go like Cloud or maybe Nero from Devil May Cry 5, something like that. I think Ken Mitsurugi will never actually has come into contact with Soul Edge. Yeah, he is just a plot driver for the story. He's supposed to be like us for us. Taryn says, what's up, Mark? Or should I say Santa Yoon? What's up, buddy? He says, I remember your video about Huang being a Xianghua clone, and I was like, bro, have you seen Xianghua do a triple air combo? Because I haven't. Yeah, my whole video on that was that like that's like a rumor that never came to fruition, and I really wish people would stop saying it, especially because he came before all those characters. That says it should be Cloud. Yeah, I think I would like it to be Cloud too. I mean, in a perfect world, I'd rather have like Tifa so we can have a weaponless fighting style for Creative Soul, but I would not be mad at Cloud. And we all know that Cloud was supposed to be in Soul Calibur 2, but fell through last minute with Heihachi, so maybe now this is the time to help push the reboot forward, so they'll put him in. Patriots. Hey, what's up, Patriots? Patriots 112 says, when do you think an announcement comes, if one comes? Maybe January, late January probably. Eric says soju for Mark. Yeah, I don't have any soju, buddy. I just have like beer, which in Korean is called mekju. Cloud was supposed to be in Soul Calibur 2. Yeah, I said that. And Dante was supposed to be in Soul Calibur 3. Just add the Harada style like they did in 5. The Harada style, you mean Devil Jin? I mean, that's a possibility, but some of the characters did weird stuff with his style. Like when I gave his style to my Superman creation, and I remember he got like random wings and stuff, so it was kind of weird. I do like that dive kick, though. Si, senor. Late January sounds right for this announcement for Season Pass 3. Yeah, Terrence, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think they're going to veer too much from that. It'll be perfect for them to actually, give us that at that time. People in the stream who are just joining in, I want to say hi. Can you guys actually hear the music now? Because I've tried to put it closer to the mic, so I don't know if it's picking it up. And if it causes any distortion with the audio, I'll just turn it off. Just let me know how the sound is. But how important is continuity for you guys? Like, that's what a question I want to pose to you in the chat. Do you guys think that the continuity is actually going good? And how do you think it relates to the past timeline? Athens says, yeah, it's there and it's good. I agree. Fox says, assuming sales not good for the past few months. No, the sales have been fine, Fox. The sales have actually been really good. I think Season Pass 3 was actually the highest selling Season Pass since they came out with them. Most important, I hate it to end up like the Mortal Kombat series. Mortal Kombat's in a funny spot because they reboot the entire franchise every 3 games. They always do 3 games and then they reboot the entire franchise, which we know if you've played, spoiler alert, if you've played the DLC for Mortal Kombat 11, you'll know that they're rebooting it again. Or actually already have. East Sparta says, hello. Hello, governor. All right. Jeet says it would be great to see Dante as a guest. Yeah, Dante would be a cool guest. I would actually want Nero in place of him because I think he's taken on more of the role of the lead protagonist in that series. But I would love to see Dante as well, as he's like the mascot. Honestly, I'm very okay with the universe because it doesn't over. Yeah, yeah. That's the same thing I used to say about GT. Like Dragon Ball GT is supposed to take place in another timeline, but it's still in respect continuous to the main timeline. I mean, obviously Dragon Ball canon is weird because there's like the movies canon, the TV canon, the manga canon. It's all got different canons, so that's kind of weird. A weird reference for me to make, but Death says makes the lore and canon awful. It's so hard to stay attached to characters and their stories. Yeah, especially with something like Mortal Kombat, because the characters die off like all the time. So like it's really hard to actually stay attached to any characters. Because they just die off. Imagine if Guts was in Soul Calibur. Dude, I would love that. But unfortunately there's no extenuating circumstances to have any cross promotion with him, because the last game that came out for Berserk was probably that the Dynasty Warriors Berserk game, and that's a few years back now. Mark, pick one. Nero versus Grow. Who would win? I think Nero would win, dude. Not only, even without the artificial arm. See, it's weird though. Demon Nero with the devil arm, or then Devil Trigger with Sparta, or are we talking about the robot arm? Patriot says, "Oh, is Guts a character? He's the main character of Berserk." Patriot says, "Not the mechanic." Oh, yeah. If he has the Sparta arm, it's game over for Grow. GG. All he's got to do is use the Devil Trigger, and it's over. It doesn't. The Manifestation transformation is not going to stand up to the Devil Trigger. A Bleach character for Soul Calibur 6. I wish, but they don't usually add any anime characters in this. It's an anime type game, but they like to veer more towards like medieval stuff. Not only that, they change their backstories and how the characters act. Yeah, it's definite. Death, like that's a definite thing to me in that game, in that series also. But some characters I hate in certain versions, and some characters I like in certain versions. It's weird. Like I didn't like Johnny Cage in like 1 through 3 or the 3D era on PS2, but I love Johnny Cage in the new reboot. Same goes for other characters. Patriot says, I meant like Guts occurs when you're in yellow health. Oh, you mean like like blood and guts, like gore? I think gore would be a better way to put that, but I don't think Soul Calibur would ever go gore. Like we can get some blood, but I don't think that's kind of Mortal Kombat's thing. Someone popular from a Warrior series would make a great guest. Yeah, I actually included someone like that in my video of like who'd be a good guest. I think I said Lubu, but there's other characters I would also like. But they usually would pick the main protagonist, so it'd be someone probably from the Wu House, I guess. Even though I wish it would be Lianxi, because she's Bae in that. Patriot says, you lose less health and deal more damage when you're in yellow health. Mark says, oh, fellow Mark, hello. Says, Xiao Yun for Soul Calibur 6. Yeah, I mean, like any of those characters are fine. I think the problem with Dynasty Warriors and the Samurai Warrior series is that there's so many different characters and people have so many different favorites. Like, who you choose to put in, you're going to be pissing a lot of people off. I got you, Death. Yeah, Patriots. I understand now. I think before they start adding new mechanics, though, they need to edit the mechanics that they already have in the game. Like, Reversal Edge needs to be nerfed, or I know it's easy to get around, but the computer AI spams it like way too much, and it really takes me out of the game. You want to see Kamen Rider as a guest character? Yeah, Mark, it's the same thing that goes for what I said for Guts. There's nothing really out with Kamen Rider that would be cause for cross promotions. They wouldn't really put that in at this point. Eric says Last Blade series characters for Soul Calibur 6. I haven't watched Last Blade yet. Or the game, whatever. Soul Celestial says the only anime character they could use, I think, would be Zoro. You mean from One Piece? Oh, yeah, because of the Wano arc, and he's a samurai, and he can fit well into the story. No, your English is fine. I understand you fine. Rorona Zoro would be cool, but like if they were to add anybody, they always do main protagonist, so it would be Luffy, and I don't think they have a chance of putting him in the game. That still says sidestepping. Yeah, you can sidestep it easily, but I'm saying when the computer is constantly spamming you, or if you're playing online against somebody who just keeps constantly spamming it, it gets to be annoying. Yeah, sorry, Mark. I just try to keep it real. I have a lot of wants and desires for the game too, but I try to. They follow a certain pattern for guest characters, and I try to stick to that to make my assumptions about who I possibly think is going to be in. Eric says Samurai Jack. Same thing. Samurai Jack's not in anything right now. Well, didn't they? Isn't there like a new season of the show or something? Oh, Death for the Budweiser. We'll do $10 boys, $10 green boys. If we can get one of them, then like I'll drink a whole beer in like 5 seconds. Terrence says, "Who's your favorite guest character from all the Soul Calibur series?" Spawn. Even though like I played the GameCube version more for Link, I'd say that Spawn was more fun. So he was probably my favorite guest character. Cloud would just be the best for Soul Calibur. Yeah, he would, Death. The only thing that'd be weird is that like his Buster Sword is really similar to like Siegfried's. But we see, as long as the moveset's different, that'd be fine. I just really want something unique for our creative Soul characters for once. Atherin says Reversal Edge against a decent opponent online is not bad against AI. Eric says they just released a game. For Samurai Jack, I haven't played it. Possibly, who knows? They'd have to give him a realistic rendition, and he would end up just being just like Haomaru or Mitsurugi, so I don't know if they would do that either. Mark says just joined the Discord. Hey, good job. Thank you. We have good discussions on there, so we'll try to make you feel welcome. Soul Celestial says, well, I'm dreaming about Jin Sakai for guest character, but it's impossible. Yeah, they already said they're not going to do any console-exclusive characters anymore, and that's a Sony property. If you go back and watch my first guest video before the revised one, I actually said I want Jin Sakai really bad also, but then I corrected myself in the second video because they're not going to do that. How was everyone's holiday, by the way? Good? I think the guest character is going to be a really big selling point for 3, and that's going to be a big determination on whether or how fast Soul Calibur 7 comes out. Patriot says my basement flooded. Oh, that sucks, dude. Were you at your house with the kids, or were you with somebody else? That says if Haomaru can be super different from Mitsurugi, then we can get Cloud with Siegfried. Yeah, I agree. 1000% I agree. I was saying more along the lines of Samurai Jack, because I think that there'd be too many just main katana wielders at that point. So my Christmas was spent dealing with a backbreaking labor. Yeah, that sucks. You were at your house. Well, I would have helped. I wasn't doing anything. My family lives too far away, so I just did a failed live stream, which I deleted because no one showed up, and then just played some Destiny because the only gift that I got this year was a buddy of mine sent me like $20 for the DLC for Destiny 2. Mark says Christmas is good. Good. I'm happy. I'm happy to hear that. That says 2B has a katana and a big sword. Yeah, but you can't really. That's like they're all considered like one weapon together, so she doesn't really have like a main weapon in that. I mean, she's all like she's got the lasers and stuff too. So I think she's different enough to not be considered a katana user. But that's just my opinion. Terrence says, would they add 4 characters for Season Pass 3 or 3 characters? Well, in the game's code, there's 3 character codes set up for them. We have Stone, we have Stone, Reptile, and Star, which is probably going to be Rock, Yoon-Song, and I said Reptile because we're talking about Mortal Kombat, and Aeon, Lizard Man. So I think the 4th would be the guest. So I'm saying we're going to get 4. Yo, it's King says, Scotland forever. What, did Scotland just win, or are you from Scotland? That says, I hear that, but I'm just saying the character is more important than a weapon type. 1,000% agree with you, Jeff. 100% agree. I definitely agree. Be right back. All right, buddy, hurry up soon. Remember, guys, just a quick reminder that in the description box for this video and every video, you can find cool other channels that are affiliated with mine to watch, such as KittyMeowser Gaming and Dark Nemesis 666. And we also have the Discord link in there, as well as the join link for the membership. And all of that helps the channel a lot. And I don't just put people in the channel that are affiliated that I wouldn't feel I wouldn't watch myself. So I actually recommend all the people that are there as well. Mark says, I don't like playing as Huang in Soul Calibur 1, but I actually like him in Soul Calibur 6 now. Huang was actually always my main in Soul Edge. So are you talking about Soul Calibur 1 or are you talking about Soul Edge? Because in Soul Edge, he's really good. And his kicks and that kick throw that he does are sick. I mean, I can understand it depending on the play style. Hey, MKSM. So if we see that symbol next to MKSM, that means that he is a member of the channel. So he joined the channel. So I would like everyone to say thank you for MKSM for joining the channel, because that really supports it a lot and helps me make this content for you guys. Fox Alive says, you know, there's never been a Scottish fighter. Yeah. They can add one. Cool. I'd be down for it. There's a lot of countries that they haven't got a character yet. I also made a video, Fox, I don't know if you saw it, of countries that aren't represented in the game that can be. A lot of people were saying like a Zulu warrior princess from like Africa at that time would have been cool. Eric says Raiden from Revengeance. Yeah, right. Do you think they would ever put Raiden in Soul Calibur? That's insane. He's like way too techno-organic. And he's too fast. Like I think his moves wouldn't fit right. But Revengeance is an amazing game. I love that game. So also, I mentioned you earlier in the channel, MKSM. Thank you for joining the membership. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Is the music still inaudible? Maybe because of the boom mic? The problem is when I edit these videos after they're live, I can't like put it through my actual editor unless I download the entire video, re-edit it, and then re-upload it. And I like to usually just keep it so it has like the live chat in there. That way everyone gets to see what you guys are saying and they can see the actual flow of the conversation. I think it's better that way. So I'm just trying to play the music from my phone, but I don't know if it's actually picking up on the mic. And I won't get copyright because like it's all my music that I made. So that's a good thing about that. A Russian character would be a great addition to Soul Calibur. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. What style of weaponry were Russians using around the late 1500s? Is there a particular one that's represented by the country? Even though I think in the 1500s it wasn't technically Russia. Atherin says, you picked what a bit? Hey, Soulblaze just became a member. Thank you so much, Soulblaze. So make sure you give me your Discord name, your username on there, because I will now add you to the members only chat. And we are going to be doing extra rewards, except for what's already stated. What's stated in the membership, guys, for the tiers is very basic. Like, we're going to be doing a ton of other stuff. Like, one of the tiers, you'll actually create a video for my channel and promote, like, whatever you want on the video, as long as you talk about Soul Calibur first, obviously. Everyone say thank you to Soulblaze for becoming a member. You are now a Yoon-Fam member. Appreciate you. Cossacks was wielding Shishka. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing these, by the way. I'm not very familiar with Russian. It's a sword somewhat similar to a katana. That's awesome. Soulblaze says I finally got around to it. Yeah. Thank you, buddy. Atherin says the music is there, but it's a bit Quiet. I'm sorry if my typing is worse than normal, Mark. My eye is bugging me. Yeah, that's not a problem, buddy. I understand. I'm just glad the music's picked up at all. Deathzall, what did you miss? Soul Blaze became a member of the Yoon-Fam. He joined the membership. So say thank you to him. East Sparta says, thick you, Soul Blaze. Yeah, Soul Blaze. Everyone give Soul Blaze a good thick you. Thick you, buddy. Afton, yeah, I want the music to be kind of a little bit quiet, kind of like how I do on my normal videos, because I don't want to overtake the actual talking, but I still want it to be like there, like present. For all my whole homies in the chat. Death went back because he came back and he got ready to get his PayPal out for all them green boys. He's about to throw me to make me drink all them beers in like 5 seconds. Soulblade says, gracias, thank you for the content. No, mucho gracias, mi amigo, for the membership and for being a part of the Yoon-Fam. Muchas gracias. Yeah, Death Soul says, thick you, Soul Blaze. Terrence says, are you saying thick you or thank you? Terrence, thick you is thank you in our Mark Yoon universe, in the Yoon-Fam universe. If you haven't been on the channel for a while, what happened is in one of my community videos, which the OGs of the channel will let you know, someone made a spelling error in their title when I actually showed it on screen. It said, I love it, thick you. So from then on, we made that like the channel's theme, and now we just say thick you for thank you. It pretty much just means like you're awesome, like super thick. Atherin says, also become a member next month when I have more money. Yeah, dude, there's no pressure. I'm not pressuring you guys into anything. It's like, it's only for people that want to support the channel and have the means to. I'm not wanting anybody to go out of their way if they can't afford it. I did make them pretty cheap though, compared to other people. So, and there's some pretty good rewards. Like, I think top tier members get like a drawing for me, like every month, like email to them. Mackenzie says, hello. Hey, what's up? Terrence says, laugh out loud. Yeah, dude, that was a hilarious video. Like, if you need, you should go back to watch that. Maybe I'll try and link it to this because that was the Thick Boy. I got copyright struck on that because I used that, the Juvenile song, like, back that ass up. And I was saying, are you saying I'm a thick boy? And then we did all this like montage of stuff. It was a pretty funny video. Terrence says, I'll try it. You'll try what, buddy? Saying thick you? We are about at 45 minutes in. Let's try and get some green boys so we can maybe go another 30 minutes after an hour. We'll try that. We'll see that. Since Soul Blaze is the newest member, he will be the one to set the cap. Like, just tell people how much for another 30 minutes. And we'll see where it goes. I hope that's booze in a bottle. No, it's apple juice, Patriots. I said I do have some Budweisers, and I can chug them in like 5 seconds, but that's for like that's like a $5 or $10 green boy. You pronounced my name perfectly the first time. Nice. Also, I love your videos. You're one of the only Soul Calibur YouTubers keeps us up to date. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, my wife's Korean, and I'm pretty good with Korean and Japanese like pronunciation and names because I speak the language. Soulblade says, let's try $10. Yeah, sure, buddy. $10 sounds good. Let's do $10, and then after an hour, which is in 15 minutes, we will go for another 30 minutes on top of that. So the first bar will be for that. So we have 15 minutes to come up with $10. That's like two $5 green boys right there. Or also, if somebody joins a membership, that'll count. This is our Merry Christmas Yoon-Fam. Also, I did a video unboxing a comic that just came out called U.S. Assassin. You see it here. This is actually my cover. I drew this. So if you guys go support that if you want, there should be a link to that Indiegogo in there. I did the cover for issue 1, and I also did a pinup in the back of issue 2. You don't have to. I'm just saying that's pretty cool. And yes, Patriots, I wish. I love how as soon as we mention a price point for continuing, everyone stops talking. Only because I have some art that I'm behind on that I have to finish drawing for this comic I'm doing. And hey, Death just joined. Thank you, Death. You deserve to be a member, dude. You should have been a member. Everyone say "Thick you" to Death for joining and becoming a Yoon-Fam member. Yeah. So that counts as half for the 10 also on top of that, because I think that is a green, that's a $5 a month. So we get one $5 green boy, and like we'll go for another 30 minutes on top of in 15 minutes it ends. Unless we go get another 5, and then we'll go for half an hour more. Also, I'm tormenting in Spelunky. Also, drink. Total, I've given you 10. Oh my god. Such an asshole, but I love you. 여보. 여보, 맛주 주세요. 아니. No. Okay. 괜찮아요. We'll try Death. I wanted to drink the warm one because I could drink them fast, but this one's going to be freezing cold because it's coming right out of the fridge. Also, I can confirm the love and the assholeness. I appreciate you, buddy. In Season Pass 3, they should try to give us at least 3 more story contents for Libra of Souls. Definitely. I think we'll have story content for all the new characters, so we'll definitely get at least a couple more of those. A couple of those. Go Moyo. In Season Pass 3, yeah. So I have it here. I wanted the can one, but just give me a few minutes because it's got to heat up a little bit. It's too cold. I have some more in the cans in the other room, but I didn't want to get up and leave you guys in the middle of the stream. We have, let's see, about 10 minutes to get to another $5 boy, so we can go on for another 30 minutes. Do you think they'll make more cinematics for the Soul Calibur 7? What's the likelihood? Very slim to nil. I don't think we're going to get any new cinematics. Not unless they add something to Libra of Souls, which I doubt. I think we're going to get the same slide story / comic style thing that we did. And then we will go into we'll start our Soul Calibur 8 stuff soon, but I want to make sure Season Pass 3 comes out. I want to start talking about that before that comes out. Yeah, I try to be real. I don't want to misinform anybody. You guys know that's my number one enemy is misinformation. I just don't see people getting their hopes up and then getting mad when it doesn't happen. When am I doing another King of the Hill? So I don't know if you watched my last video when we talked about the channel changing thing, but I came up with so every other week we're going to do a live stream, and once a month it's going to be a King of the Hill. So that's probably going to be the last Friday of every month. So what we're going to do is we're going to do every Friday. we're going to have a community video, and then we're going to do a live stream like this on the following, and then another community video, and then the last Friday of the month is going to be a King of the Hill style fighting stream. Unless you guys unless the Yoon-Fam members and the donation squad really wants to squad up, and then we'll just play whenever. It only depends on that because, I got my other career as like a comic artist, and that takes precedence. I draw like 8 hours a day during the week on top of making these videos. I'm really happy that we got the live streaming on the channel going, though. That's really good. Hey, Death, remind people in chat that we got 9 minutes to come up with one green boy so we can go for another 30 minutes. I think if you run the gauntlet, you should let other people play. Just a thought. What do you mean other people? Other than the members? I think, well, no, the members get priority. So, like, if a member doesn't want to play, then they don't have to play. Other people can join in, like, when we just go through the members is the first thing. And then the second thing will be anyone who donates in the stream for that day. Because we always do that, like, build up before we do the stream. And then after that, we can talk about it from there. Because you were really generous last time to let some people play. Because I think you're not on PS5 or PS4. What I'm hoping for in Soul Calibur 8, though, is a return to some of like the previous stuff. Like, I want to see. You said Kunimitsu for Soul Calibur 6. Well, Kunimitsu just came out in Tekken 7, so I don't think they'll use her as a guest in Soul Calibur 6. I mean, if someone solos the entire hill, they should pass it till the next round. Yeah, we might do a cap death like last time because Sean was dominating last time. And I'm not good at playing when I'm streaming because like I'm focused on the stream other than playing. You saw last time I missed my turn because I was so preoccupied. But we'll probably do a max 3-win limit last time. Get Patriots in there. Patriots only has Xbox and PC though. He doesn't have a PlayStation, so I can't get him in there, unfortunately. I wanted to play with them, but I don't game on my PCs. They're all for editing and for art and work. And I don't have an Xbox One. I only have an Xbox 360 besides my PS5 and the PS3 and the PS2. Atherin says Demon Unicorn. What's that? Nightmare Super. His critical edge. Nightmare for Smash. Yeah, I think if they chose somebody to be in Smash Brothers, it would probably be Nightmare. Yeah, that's what I figured you were talking about. They had Raven or Master Raven in Soul Calibur 7 as a guest character. Well, I would rather the girl Raven. I think, is that Master Raven or is that the blade-looking one? I forget. But we'll see. That's another character that's like super like tech heavy. So we'd have to like jump through some hoops to talk about how they're going to get there. Guys, we have 5 minutes for another green boy to keep the stream going for another 30 minutes. The girl's Master Raven? Yeah, I figured. I just call him like, I just call him Blade and like Hot Ninja Chick. That's because I can't remember which one's which. But regular Raven is straight up just Blade. Yeah, I know they do time travel, but they don't want to overuse the time travel aspect. We've already seen too many. Like, yeah, Blade awesome. You know, like we did that whole thing for Soul Calibur 4, and a lot of people didn't like that aspect of the game. How do you feel about characters becoming gimmicks? than previous titles. What do you mean by that, Death? You mean less technical and more reliant on gimmicks? Is that what you mean? Would be cool if they added Kazuya to Soul Calibur 6 and Nightmare to Tekken 7, kind of exchange of bad guys. Kazuya would be like my main one that I would want to come to 7 because of his fighting style. I'm a Kazuya main in Tekken, so that would really be happy for me. I main Kazuya, Li Chaolan, and Huarong. That says I like how they play? Yeah, definitely. And Master Raven does use a sword, so that is like more possible than Raven, I think. For instance, Siegfried has Dark Legacy, and now Zasalmel has curses to add to people. Yeah. Soul of Zasalmel. Yeah, Terrence, it does sound dope. Sounds dope AF. 3 minutes, guys. Counting down. Thoughts on what, Death? Soul Calibur Cross Tekken. I made a video about that. Do you remember, right? I made 2 videos on that, actually, I think. I did a tag for the Soul Calibur franchise, and I also did Soul Calibur Cross Tekken. Problem with talking about Soul Calibur for like over 3 years is there's a lot of videos out there that I put out. MKSM says my internet went Harakiri on me. Harakiri. Well, it looks like it's back, so that's good. All right. There you go, Soul Blaze. Awesome. So everyone say thank you to Soul Blaze for the green boy. We're going to extend the stream for 30 more minutes. And we'll hit a new ceiling tile when it gets close there. Maybe like 15 minutes in, we'll talk about the next thing. And since Death was the latest member to join, he'll be the one to set the wall. I'll be right back, though. Give me 1 second. Don't want to leave the room. I'm just going right over to the other room real quick. Yeah, thank you, Soul Blaze. That's right. You were asking about that before, Death, about the 99-cent payments. I think it's because if you see a 99-cent thing, I think that's coming from an Apple user. So Apple like takes out like a penny for like transactions like that. So it's always going to be like a 99-cent differential as opposed to a solid like 5 that you would see from like Android or on PC or something like that. Hey, what's up, Solar Flare? Everyone say hi to Matt. Matt has joined the chat. Welcome, the next fighter. Welcome back to the King of Iron Fist Tournament Yoon. When is the next gameplay stream? MKSM, we were already talking about this earlier. I think we're going to be doing this, the gameplay streams. The King of the Hill matches are going to be, I believe, the last Friday of every month. So we're going to do community video. Then we're going to do live stream like this. Then we're going to do community video. And then the last Friday of the month is going to be a preset, like a 30-minute stream just before we start doing gameplay, and then the gameplay streams. Welcome back to the stage of history, eternally retold. Soul of Solar Flare. Ha! I can't run away. Yeah, sorry about the stream yesterday, Matt. I didn't promote it well enough, so when we actually finally went live, and I did it last minute, so not many people joined. We were on for 30 minutes. We had to split into 3 different streams because my GoPro kept failing, but I fixed it since then. So I decided to make it for today when people had more time. Sparta says, imagine Soul Calibur 9. I can imagine Soul Calibur 9. That thing won't be out until like PlayStation 6. MKSM says, oh, okay, I was not there probably because my internet died for some reason. Yeah, it's fine. And I always videoize these live streams. So after it goes up, it'll stay as an actual video, and I put it in the live stream playlist. So they're easy to go back and watch. I can't run away. I love the voices. If all you know is violence. Soul Calibur needs to up their character acting. Yeah, just get me in there to do all the characters. I was sleeping when yesterday's stream was live. Yeah, I didn't even know what time to do it because the time zones are a weird thing because I have people that watch me from like the UK and stuff like that. And I didn't know like what time was a good medium time for everybody to be on there. Soul Calibur 9 on PlayStation 17. PlayStation 17 is just going to be like a microchip in your eyeball. Are you good enough for what, Fox? Oh, to voice act? Sure, we can throw you in there. Ha! This'll be easy. What's the assassin one go like? I forget. I forget how it goes. You have a shitty sleep schedule, and that's a thing. Yeah. I try to not eat past like 8 o'clock. That way, like, I'm just tired by the time I go there. Oh, yeah, like, you will die. It's not letting me show those. Apparently, like, the chat's moderating itself. I'm trying to press show, and it's, like, not letting me. But MKSM and Fox Live both told me the "You will die" was the assassin's quote for the Creative Soul. Mark, I see you being the voice of Edgemaster. You call me old, dude? You call me old? I can barely lift Soul Calibur and Soul Edge. Let me bring this ass whooping upon you youngins. That'll be my Soul Edge. I can't say anything with the character voices. Mine are in Japanese. No filth in the chats. Laugh out loud. Yeah, dude. I don't know. Like, usually it lets me show them. I guess because die is not allowed in the chat. Oh, I just got demonetized because I said, like, a thing that happens to every human being on the planet. So sensitive. This is why I don't stream on Twitch, like, at all, because they are, like, the kings of sensitivity over there. You say, like, anything. They're like, I'm happy. Oh, some people are mad that you're happy because they have depression. Deleting your stream forever. It's like, come on. I can't even try the lizard race one. It's like I can't even do it. I like the girl voice ones. They're the best. They sound like straight up Funimation anime characters. If all you know is violence, you will commit unexist Sambaku. Twitch is like Soul Edge of streaming services. Yeah, dude. I'm not even messing with Twitch. Everyone always asks me, like, why don't you stream on Twitch? Because I can't deal with their substandard and their, like, do the alien voice. I can't do it. It's like I can't do it, dude. Twitch are like Team Rocket from Pokemon. Yeah, they're going to blast your channel off at the speed of light. Surrender now or prepare to fight. You look nice and tough. Just switched over to your PC. Nice. Do you think the next game should cover just Soul Calibur 2, but being added elements, or combine the games like Soul Calibur 2 and 3? I'm curious about your thoughts on that. I think the entire thing of Soul Calibur 8 is going to be getting away from Soul Calibur 5's story. That's what I think it is. The whole next game is going to take all the little changes that they had in 6. I mean 7, not 8. They're going to take all the changes that they implemented in 6, and they're going to expand upon that to a massive deal. And even though it's going to be during the same time frame as Soul Calibur 2, I think they're going to totally change up everything that happens. It's like the seeds are there for them to change it. I'm gonna end this man's Twitch chances sim. Yeah, there you go. You're not allowed to use that word in a derogatory sense. I take it as a compliment, so therefore it's not derogatory. Everyone who sims for the Yoon-Fam is awesome. I'm just playing, by the way. We're not simp worthy. We're just a good community. We like to focus on things here. Care to expand on that? Sure. So this is like a whole video's worth of explanation, dude. I think let's rename the members to Mark Yoon stands. You're gonna turn me into like one of those K-pop gurus. Do I need to start singing in K-pop so you guys can like start standing for me? Give me a second, Death. I'll come back to that question in a minute, buddy. The character story ending is definitely set up for the next Soul Calibur. Yeah, 1000%. Mark says, I like Siegfried's. Definitely. There you go. Now you can stand for me because I'm singing in Korean. And Huang in some way. Definitely. Time up. Let me drink that beer first that you paid for. Hold on. It's still really cold. Do you think Project Soul will change their graphics engine for Soul Calibur 7 or 8? Yeah, for Soul Calibur 7, I think they're going to switch to Unreal 5. I can't see them staying on Unreal 4 for PS5. Oh, we doing shots again? No, we got beer. We're doing Mekju. Most expensive can of beer you've not drank. Well, it's just like you're just buying it for a homie. That's how it goes. You don't go to the bar anyway, dude. You go to the bar, you're dropping at least $5 for a beer. That's like the cheapest. I can't do that. You can buy a 30-pack for like $20. It's so much cheaper. Fox says I will treat them like shots. Yeah, well, we only got 3 after this one that's in the bottle, so I mean, if we get the funds up for it, then I'll definitely do them all on stream. And Death, I'm not standing. I'm not stalling. I will come back to that question, I promise. Just remind me in like 5 minutes. I'm gathering my thoughts as we speak. I'm gathering my thoughts. You were just about to chat that. Terrence says, see Ivy, Taki, and Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, dude, for real. And Sung Mina? Hell yeah. Standing? What I do want to see them implement in Soul Calibur 7 is the language thing. Since most people listen to it in Japanese anyway, I kind of wish they would actually do like what they do in Tekken, where the actual characters speak their real language and we just get subtitles. Sophitia is the best girl in Unreal 5. I can't wait. You think Sophitia will be in the next game, or will Cassandra take over for her? I think she might just like be with her family. And Soul Calibur 7, Ivy's boobs are even bigger. Yeah, that was a joke for the longest time. And they did it on purpose. Like I think the character designer said that like he was getting yelled at for how big he was making Ivy's tatas. So every game they kept making them bigger on purpose. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was a real thing, dude. Like the guy, the character artist came out and said that the like Bandai Namco is yelling at him for saying they're too big. So he went down to like a certain size, I think for Soul Calibur 2, I think it was. And then every different game that leveled up, they got bigger and bigger on purpose. And he was trying to see when they would notice. And I think he said they noticed around Soul Calibur 5. You would like to see Hwang speak in Korean to Song Mina? Yeah, definitely. That's like my definite thing. Oh, I was going to make a whole video on the Korean names for one thing. You're referring to Cassandra versus Sophia? Oh, yeah, definitely. So I know we talked about the hyphens, but let's talk about like name retaliations. So if we have like 3 people, let's say we have a guy named, I don't know, this is a random people names that you know. The way that I see people talking about the Korean characters is they'll use Song Mina's whole name, but then they'll just use Hwang's last name, which is Hwang. And then for Yoon Song, they'll say Yoon Song, which is his first name. So it's weird that when talking about all the Koreans, like they use different forms of their names for all of them. So like if we want to say their full names, then it would be Hong Yoon Song, Song Mina, and Hwang Song Gyeong. If you're going to use just their first names, then it would be Song Gyeong, Yoon Song, and Mina. If we're just going to use just their last names, then it would be Song, Hong, and Hwang. So just I would like to see consistency change with that, so that people are using them in the proper way, especially without the hyphens. But you know, it's up to anybody else what they're going to talk about. But I try to usually be all on the board. So usually if I say Hwang first, you'll hear me say Hong in reference to Yoon Song instead of just saying Yoon Song. That's it. Sorry, my internet was crapping out, but I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the stage of history. I think it's the game's fault for that. They've always done it. Yeah, and I've always been mad about it, dude. They always mess up the Korean stuff in all the games. The only one that they actually got it right with was Soul Edge. In Soul Edge, they actually had the Koreans' names proper, but then like after Soul Calibur 1, they just screwed it up in every game. And then whenever I try to help people with that, they always get mad at me. They say, well, that's what it's in the game. I'm like, well, the game's not right just because it's the game. I mean, you have a Japanese developer like writing the names for Korean characters. So it's not, you know, why do you choose to fight? Ah, this'll be easy. So do you guys like the name change that we were talking about before? How we're going to do Soul of Mark Yoon instead of just Mark Yoon? Because I want to make the channel more about all of us together. So I'm trying to isolate the file for the Soul Calibur 5 guy, so that we can actually do in the intro, the new intro that I'm going to animate myself. By the way, we're going to do Soul of Mark Yoon, and I think that would be cool for an intro for the channel. But the channel animations are going to change because I'm going to animate my own intro, and then we're going to change all of the art for the banner and stuff like that. And and we were talking about what I'm going to do for the icon, and I settled on something. We're going to keep my Mark Yoon as it is now in the regular icon, but I'm going to change my hat and Adidas hoodie, and we're going to put me in Evolve organization gear. So we're going to look like it's going to be Mark Yoon, but it's going to be wearing Evolve organization stuff with like the eye thing and then like the feathered top thing and stuff. So I think that'd be pretty cool. What's my favorite race in Soul Calibur 6? If you're talking about Creative Soul, I hate all of them because like they're so limited. I'd have to say the humans because they have the most versatility to them. But if you're talking in terms of like cool factor or story wise, I might have to say the fully manifested. Matt, you like the name change? Yeah, I think I just want to make it more Soul Calibur centric. Since I will still talk about Tekken and Mortal Kombat and stuff like that, but I want to make sure that people know when they're coming to my channel that it's for Soul Calibur. Because I think the reason that we started growing so much over the past year is that and Mark and Hwang's outfit would be interesting. Yeah, people already asked me about that, but I think you wouldn't be able to tell it's me if I have the giant hat on with the feathers and all that. So I thought the Evolve organization one was a better one. Since I already wear glasses, we could just replace my glasses with like the eye patch thing. And so since I'm already wearing a hoodie, we could just change that to like feathers and stuff. You like the automatons? Yeah, I do too, Matt, but they have like no customization, like none. I mean, they're up there with like the lizard race almost. But I did MKSM. I did think about Huang's outfit first. What are my thoughts on the next generation returning to Soul Calibur since Soul Calibur 5 was rushed? I'm totally against it, Jeets. I don't want any of them in there. Even though I kind of like Shiba, I don't want any of them in there. Like, I don't mind if they show up. Here's the thing. If they show up in the game, like in the stories and stuff, and they just use creative character parts to like have them in the stories and battles and stuff, then fine. But the way they did 5 really just pushed me over the edge with like replacing the characters we already care about with no context and no backstory and just dropping them on us like that. Like, I don't want them. I know that seems harsh, but MKSF says the fully manifested look cool with things like Astaroth's mask and other things like that. Yeah, it just sucks that in the last game in Soul Calibur 5, you can like fully customize everything. Like, you give yourself 8 pairs of wings and shit. It was really cool. But now even they're limited. Death said, my friend, it is time. Oh, okay. Matt said, nah, they have some. I know they have some backstory, but I'm saying, like, you know, over the grand scheme of things. I like that Shiba was voiced by Ichigo Kurosaki's voice actor, but that's it. Yeah, I also like that Patroclus was, like, voiced by Sasuke's voice actor, but doesn't mean I like Patroclus. Or Patroclus, however the hell you say his damn name. I was always saying that Soul Calibur 5 was a good fighting game. It's just a very bad Soul Calibur game. Definitely, dude. If you reskinned it and you put other characters on there, I would love it. But as it stands now, it's like I had some asshat come in my comment section the other day on another video and was like talking about how we're all crazy because Soul Calibur 5 is the best one, and then he's the reason. It's the only reason why he bought 6. So I banned him and blocked him from the channel. I didn't even respond. I was just like, yeah, go away, dude. Bye-bye. If all you know is violence. Nobody likes Patroclus? Yeah, for real. What made you get into Soul Calibur? That's a question I've never asked you, Jeets. I was a huge fan of Bushido Blade back in the day, and when I saw that Soul Calibur was coming out, or Soul Edge was coming out, I was really big into Tekken at the time because it came out like right after Tekken 3. And I actually got the Japanese version, Soul Edge, first because I had a modded PS1 at the time. And then I ended up getting Soul Blade later on. And they were just like, the storytelling in that game was so different from like what they used to do. Isaiah says, I treat Street Fighter V Championship Edition, and I tried it, and it's so good and fun. How did Capcom manage to put Mega Man skins? They put Mega Man skins in there because Mega Man's owned by Capcom, so it was easy for them to do that. Yeah, I have my top video on my channel. My #1 video, I think, is like 12,000 views. It's all of the costumes that are in Soul Calibur 5, including the Championship Edition. It was like a 45-minute video because there's like 300 costumes. It was an insane video to do. So I'm really happy that it ended up becoming my biggest video. Patroclus's outfit is lame, in my opinion, and the Alpha Virgin is... I said Virgin. Oh, now I'm banned off Twitch again. Virgin is stupid. Yeah, dude. I agree. Other people might like him, but I agree. Death says, I think that could work if they build them up in the story instead of just replacing the main cast, like maybe except for Patroclus. Yeah, I see that, but here's the thing, is like if they add them into the game, right, even with a fully fleshed out backstory, and we have all of the traditional like characters and the new replacement characters, do we really still, we're going to have like almost clones of each other. Like, I know they play differently, but Shiba with Kilik and like Natsu with like Taki, it would just be too much for me. It would be like a waste of like a slot. I think if they just give us the character creation stuff and let us create them, then that's a lot better, in my opinion. Like, I might be wrong on that, but that's just my personal opinion. Sakura from Naruto, and I never knew the English voice actor for Shiba was Ichigo, and Setsuka is Tamari from Naruto. Yeah, it's like the whole Funimation, not Funimation, I forget the studio. You know what I'm talking about. It's like that whole studio was behind that. A lot of Soul Calibur 5 was developed outside because of like a tsunami that happened in Japan at the time. So some of it was developed in Korea, and some of it was developed by other studios. It's just a big hodgepodge. I hate that we have missing armor sets in Soul Calibur 6. I think they're holding us out for purpose, so that when Season 3 comes out, they can give it to us in the next packs. Because we should be getting like 3 more creation set packs. If they do bring Patroclus back for some reason, I hope Setsuka is disappointed in him. Well, the events wouldn't happen the way they happen now. And we already know that Patroclus is not coming back because in Sophitia's story, in Cassandra's Soul Chronicle, Sophia is having her baby, and she says that Cassandra can name the baby, and she literally gives a boy's name for the baby, and it's definitely not Patroclus. I definitely agree that it would be awesome to have Natsu's creation parts. Yeah, they can do it that way. Give us Natsu's creation parts and bring back the class system like they did with Soul Calibur 3, so we can create our character, and then using the Kanai, we can either have Soul of Taki or Soul of Natsu. Or we could do like the old ninja souls like from 3, and we can have like our created characters all different from each other that way. Jeet says, Soul Calibur 5, Siegfried's voice also does Ezio Auditore from Assassin's Creed and Datara from Naruto and Sonic. No, I didn't know that. Sparta, I wish we had more masks in Soul Calibur 6, like the skull mask and other stuff. Yeah, they need to bring back a lot of stuff. Oh, hey, what about my lore question? You're such a dick. give me I have so much good chat to talk about. I'm getting to it. You have to actually copy and paste it because now I forgot the question. I'm sorry. I do hope they bring back Player 2 costumes for more creations. 1000% Fox, I agree. Atherin says, I like the class system was fun. Yeah, I think it was amazingly fun, especially how you unlocked more moves for the class. The higher you leveled up that class, that was amazing. He says, "Fuck you." Patroclus' style is the only thing I want back from him. I hear that a lot. You have no idea how many times I hear that. Karen says Patroclus is definitely buried. Yeah, dude, he's done. Like, we can always go back and play 5, as fun as that is. So if you want to play as Alpha Patroclus and Patroclus, just go back and play 5 in all its shitty glory. If they're going to do another Natsu character, how about make her part of the rival clan to the Fuma and give Natsu her own style instead of a Taki ripoff? I agree. As long as it's unique, I'll welcome it back with open arms. But if it's, like, not unique, then screw it. Fox says that's the only thing everyone likes. Yeah, 1000% agree. Modding Soul Calibur 5 is very fun. I'm sure it is. Dude, listen, I played Soul Calibur 5 for forever because, like, that's all we had until Soul Calibur 6, besides Lost Swords, which sucked. But, yeah. So I definitely played the shit out of it, but there's just nothing to do after a while. And the creation cap at 50 characters, like, always made me delete characters, so I got mad at that, too. Imagine Natsu with a chain and sickle. Yeah, I would love it, dude. I would love it. I want a good quick draw style. Yeah. Everyone agrees that we liked his style in 5. We just also agree that he sucked as a character and he was annoying and nobody liked him. I think Piro came off way better than him. And I think that's universal. I don't know if I'm unique in that. That's probably like the popular opinion. All right, Death, here we go, and then I'll answer for you. There we go. So, and we'll crack open the next one. And what did we say for this? Did we say $10 for the beer? Or did we say 5? I forget. Love you, fam. Yeah. Yeah, don't knock somebody who used to be in a fraternity, dude. Your question. Let me see what it was. The question was, should Soul Calibur's story just be 2 but with added lore, or do a combo of 2 and 3? I say fuck the whole thing. Get rid of all the story going forward from 2 and up. and just focus on building upon the story they set out here. I don't want to see them repeat any kind of like timeline issues or anything that they've already done. I want to see a completely new story, completely overhauled, going into a totally new direction. Like, we can bring back Algol if you want to. Like, we can still incorporate some of that stuff. I just don't want to see it going in that direction. And I think they don't want to either, because we see the seeds already starting to form where they're actually already changing. Death, it's up to you to set the roof, dude. I think we have 4 minutes until that we hit that 30 mark period. We'll go for another 30 minutes if we get to whatever you set. Pyrrha's way better. Yeah, I agree. Oh, it just got hot. The song is Dream of the Tide by me. We'll do 5 of these so peasants can afford you. Yes, 5. There we go. Don't say 9. Yeah, $5. We got 5. Get 1 green boy and we'll go for another 30 minutes. Nice beats, bro. Thank you. Yeah, you guys can see my whole album. I did 2 albums on they're on my YouTube channel. I put them up there for anybody to use. As long as you credit me in your videos, you can use them. I just I did it so I wouldn't get copyright struck anymore. I was tired of getting copyright struck, so I just started making my own music. And we got 3 minutes for that green boy, by the way, before we end the stream. Happy holidays, Mark. Looking at continuity, which of the minor characters do you think have any chance of making it to the main roster? Thaddeus, I think that would be who was the girl that was like our main? Abelia? Was it Abelia? Steve would know this if he was in the chat. Matt might know. She was like Jiggerdot's like I forget, dude. I haven't played 3 in forever. Well, I've played it. I just haven't played Chronicles of the Sword in forever. Abelia, I think her name was. I think she has a good chance of coming back. I'm looking at Dion as kind of a balance between the negative outlook on Grow, but having a good heart and being more level-headed. Yeah, I think we'll see more of Dion in 7. I think Pinhead would be a great guest for Mortal Kombat 11. Yeah, but he's too OP. Like, what's he going to do? He'll just have the Cenobites come out and, like, just murk you. You're done. Amelia? Is it Amelia? I thought it was Abelia. I thought her name was Abelia. I could be wrong, though. Wait, her name is Abelia. Yeah, it's Abelia. Soul Calibur 3 is my favorite one, so that's why, like, I bring her up. There we MKSM gave us a green boy. So everyone say thank you to MKSM. We're going to extend the stream by 30 minutes. Thank you. I think we can push this out to a maximum of 3 hours, and then I got to go. But let's see how we get there. Like, if I run out of beer before then, I don't know. We'll see. We're going to do $10 for a beer. Like, I'll chug it again in like 5 seconds. And now we're going to go for another 30 minutes. Do you know a Soul Calibur character named Chester? Yeah, I know who Chester is. He was, who was he a clone of? Was he a Mitsurugi clone? No, I don't think he was Mitsurugi. That was Arthur. I forget which character Chester was, but I remember who he is. I'm going homeless now. Just kidding. Oh, thank you, MKSM. We appreciate it. He was the dagger guy. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Thanks, Thaddeus. That said, I think Ocelot should be a side character for them because she was sent to bring back Astaroth. Yeah, but I told you, all of the bonus characters, they have no chance of coming back. Those characters were created by mangaka. They're created by Japanese manga artists for like kind of like a collaboration with Soul Calibur 4, but they literally can't come back because they're not owned by Bandai Namco, which sucks because Shura is like my favorite character, and I would love Shura and like Kamakiri Musi and all them to come back. Soul Celestial says, well, I'm going to sleep. Thanks for going live, Mark. Good night. Everyone stay safe. Good night, Soul Celestial. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. She says, do you think any of the side characters of Soul Calibur we'll make it a Soul Calibur 6 in future installments. Well, I don't know about Soul Calibur 6 anymore. Definitely not Soul Calibur 6, but we'll see in the future. Maybe 7, possibly. Unfortunately, the classes won't come back because of esports. Yeah, Sean, Sean, were you on the channel? By the way, this Dominator that destroyed everyone in the last King of the Hill. Sean, were you on the channel when me and Rich did that video, Ragaroth, about like the problems with like modern day fighting games? I'm not sure if you were, because I think it's like older than 3 years. It's like 3 years old or something like that. But we did a 2-part video on that about how like esports helps the fighting game community, but it also takes away from the fighting game community. Last question. Did you read Vision of the Blade? No. Is that the new tie-in to like get him into the MCU? Am I on PlayStation or Xbox? I'm on PS5, buddy. I do have an Xbox 360, not an Xbox One, but I don't have any of the Soul Calibur games on that. I basically only have that for a few of the games that never came out on PlayStation, like Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball 2, and I mean, Mark, I may end up getting an Xbox Series S digital at some point, just so I can play with Xbox players too. But I just bought the PS5, so it's gonna be about a year for that before I get that. Have you read all of Berserk? Yeah, I used to have it. I used to have the whole manga on collected. Well, it's not over yet, but at that time. MKSM says, "What the fuck? Why do you have the systems that I have?" I have a 3DS. I have a Switch. I have a PS2, a PS3, PS5, and an Xbox 360. Dead or Alive, man, a man of culture, I see. Hell yeah, dude. Dead or Alive 4 only came out on Xbox 360, so I have it there. I have Dead or Alive Extreme 2 on there. Naruto The Broken Bond is only on that console, so like that was definitely a reason to have that too. I have an Bogeisha in Soul Calibur 6, Eric says. He says, now if you think about it, do you think that the new reboot is going too fast considering the fact that we're... No. It's not going too fast. They're doing it on purpose. I'm telling you. They're literally making it this fast so they can erase the future timeline. They just want to replace the timeline, so... Fox says, I want Necro back, but he's owned by someone else. Yeah, he's owned by Tom McFarlane, the creator of Spawn. So he's property of Image Comics and Tom McFarlane. He's not going to come back, especially because Spawn's being lent out to Midway right now in NetherRealm Studios because Spawn is in Mortal Kombat 11. Do you think the story is going too fast? No, I don't. Deathsall says, Switch Pro needs to come out so we can get a Soul Calibur on the console. Yeah, definitely. I'll buy it like day one if I can do that. I'll get one for my wife too. Hopefully it'll just play. I just hope it's backwards compatible and it plays original Switch games as well. That way I don't have to like keep my Switch. I can give it to someone or sell it or something. Considering Algol is the final boss of the game. You mean like Algol being in the story now, and like technically, and like him being the final boss of 4? No, because I think he's setting up for something else. I think he's setting up the Akatsuki of this world. That's what the swords and the shepherds are going to be. They're going to be like the Akatsuki. MKSM says, Xbox 3... the only reason I didn't name Xbox and PlayStation is because my PS2 plays PS1 games and my Xbox 360 plays Xbox games. That's why I didn't mention them. PS4, PS5, and PS1. I sold my PS4 because PS5 does everything a PS4 does. And I have a 4 terabyte hard drive with all my PS4 games on it externally, so I just play all my PS4 games on PS5 now. Mark says, was just playing Mortal Kombat 11 before. Yeah, I play a lot still. Solarfly says, who would you most like to see in Smash Brothers? You mean out of anybody or from Soul Calibur? Give me some clarification. I personally would want them just to stray too far from the old timeline because it was really good stuff that happened then. Yeah, that I agree and I don't because the old timeline's still there. So we can always go back and play the old games to see that timeline. I think the whole purpose of this and the narration is to open the Soul Calibur universe up because I think the problem of the last timeline is they closed themselves up. And that's why like the director at that time, which wasn't Motohiro Okubo, this director quit after the sales from 5 after the first year. But that director wanted to open up the Soul Calibur franchise, and he saw, I I think it was Street Fighter EX. It was the first 3D one on PS2. And he saw how good that game was received, so he changed all the characters on purpose to open up for A, esports, and B, the lore, so we can get new stories. But they wrote themselves into a corner with Algol, and then they just like killed him off and like had him come back in 5 as like the bonus character, and it really took away from his character. I think they wrote themselves into a wall. There's nothing they could have done from then that point anyway. MKSM says, I want to keep my PS4 because storage for other games. Yeah, that's why I bought an external hard drive. I have a 4 terabyte external hard drive with all my digital games on it. And when I put a PS4 disc in, all the download files go to that external hard drive. So my PS5 hard drive is only for my PS5. But I did hear that the next update is actually going to include the storage extension on PS5. So I'm definitely going to do that. Yeah, he loves Street Fighter 3 as well. Yeah, definitely Thaddeus. Out of anybody, let's see. Hard drive is expensive. Yeah, I mean, I'm out of space though already on my PS5. I think I have like 100 gigs left on the PS5, but I have about a terabyte left on my external hard drive, so I'm not worried about that. But for PS5 games, like when Cyberpunk 2077 comes out on PS5, I'm definitely going to get it. So I'm going to need to expand it. I think it's going to be like $200 for like 2 terabytes or something like that. I might just spend like $250 and try and get like a 3 terabyte or 4 terabyte. That way I can just like not have to worry about it ever. But it's definitely going to be a commitment, that's for sure. Uh-huh. This will be easy. Death, what do you say? You feeling the Christmas spirit? Oh, I love this part of the crazy. Everyone rock out. Cyberpunk 2080 when it comes. Yeah, right. How would you expand the lore after 5? Well, it depends on what direction they're going in now. Death says, and don't tempt me. I'm tempting you. I'm officially tempting you. After 4, I don't know. Like, I think I'm not going to try and play speculation game with that. Maybe I will in a future video. But I think that they're just going to show up. I think we're going to do an Akatsuki thing, and I think we're going to see a new leader of that team come out. Maybe it's going to be Ishka. I don't think so, though. We're going to see a new leader turn out, and they're going to like be a various evil organization, and they're going to be like going against the Aval. Sean said, I found your channel over the summer. This recent summer? I thought you were on the channel for longer than that. Maybe it's just I interacted with you a lot. It's probably what it was. MKSM says kill Patroclus. Yeah, he's not. Patroclus is not coming back. I stake my reputation on it. Found your channel from Kitty, from KittyMeowser Gaming. Yeah, she's a affiliation channel with that's why I don't do too much of the character creation stuff, because I let her do that. Same way as I don't do reactions because I let Ragaroth handle reactions. We try not to step on each other's toes with content so we can all stay affiliated and not steal views from each other. How do you replace Nightmare? Not necessarily in lore, but in the sense that he's the poster boy. I don't know if we can replace Nightmare. He's just ingrained in it. Like, he's even part of the logo and everything. I think Nightmare is always going to be there. Whether he changes to Soul Edge possessing someone else and someone else becoming Nightmare, then that may be a thing. Maybe that's what Oct is actually going to turn into. I don't know. Who knows? I don't think he's going to be Siegfried forever, though. I think we're going to see Siegfried get rid of that. Introduce a new Nightmare. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, have the Soul Edge like possess somebody else fully and make them Nightmare. Solarfly says, I hope they kill off Talon. Yeah, I know you don't like Talon. I like her moveset, though. Like, I use her moves for like characters like Flash and stuff like that. Sean, was it this summer or was it the summer before? I don't want to have Inferno be the next Nightmare. That's the thing. I don't think it's going to be Inferno. I think that's why they put Inferno in this game as a non-playable character. Do I think that constrains the story? Not if they write it well. Because if we have like an evil organization and we have the Aval, you can have what happened in Naruto. You can have like this giant war thing break out, and then you can have like maybe at that point, then that's where we meet like the new cast of characters, and they're implemented in one of the games until they finally at some point replace them in spirit, but the characters are still in the game, just not in the stories. Oh yeah, Return to the Exile. This is your favorite. This is your favorite one of my songs, isn't it, Matt? Yeah, Soul Blaze. I liked it too. It's just like I don't think that they're gonna put him in the story. I think they're just going in a different direction. Matt's favorite song. So I think that the story could go into the realm of the gods. Like after Algol, it seems like that'd be the next best thing. I don't know how else you go bigger. I don't want them to write them into a wall like that where we go into the gods, because then where do you go from there? Like when you go into the realm of the gods, then you're definitely limiting yourself to being like, this is the only place the story can get to, and then you're almost baiting another reboot at that time. And I don't want to see another reboot for a while. Death, come on, I'm thirsty. Fox says, I would like for the characters that were killed off to be a creative soul and the soul of them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They should definitely do that. We need to bring back Soul of and just have them as creative characters. I mean, most everyone that's in the game, all their parts are in there, so you could just easily do that. I think by then it'll be like 10 years. I mean, assume the game comes out every semi-annually, then and hey, I have a mouth to feed. You saying from Total Recall? Hey man, I got 5 kids to feed. How the heck does Mortal Kombat do the gods? Mortal Kombat implemented them a long time ago, and Raiden's not like that. The Elder Gods aren't that OP. And then they did the same thing. They're like, okay, well, above the gods, they have the Titans, and the Titans are like super ancient creatures that are way stronger. You know what? Screw it. That's what we can do. We can bring the ancients into the story. We can, the ancients from Libra of Souls that are like the masters of those weapons. We can have like someone who created the ancients, or like have the ancients actually be like a race of humans that existed before humanity. BS for babies, men drink milk. How dare you? Right, Death? There we go. We can bring the ancients in there. Because even though they're canon, because they're in the Libra of Souls story, they're like these mythical beings. Like, you bring them in there, and like you put them in part of the story, and then we have a story. Then you can bring back a Chronicles of the Sword type of beat 'em up mode for the story mode, and you incorporate the ancients as being controlled or threatened to be controlled by Algol. Yeah, Algol technically is an ancient. So they're basically the Titans. They're just better written. Fox, wouldn't Edgemaster be considered ancient? No, he's just old. Atherin, Creative Soul Ancient. Yeah, I would like to see Creative Soul Ancient too, but they would need some kind of like buff and nerf at the same time for their styles. Or maybe you can do like a Soul of the Ancients. So like when you unlock the max level for that character's weapon, like you get a Soul of Ancient style where they allow for, let's say, faster regeneration of the soul charge meter, but their health is like slower or something like that. They'd have to do something like that to make them playable and balanced. To be honest, it's Japanese developers we're talking about. They could come up with a lot of stuff that could be above the gods. No, I understand that. I'm just saying within like the facsimile of the story they've already created. because they already have like a preset lore with this now. So if they go beyond the ancients, that's just going to be wonky. What fighting style would you like for a new character introduced, Sean Stead? There's a lot. Like I think number one is I want a dual wielder, like a sword dual wielder, like Shura was. Like not obviously a Cervantes clone, but I want like a katana dual wielder, or I want like a chain and sickle. It's okay to separate single player and competitive. Yeah, I know. I'm the biggest proponent of that. I just think that other people will get mad at that. But they can do something that they'd easily do. It's just like if you're playing in ranked mode, you can't use those styles. It's super easy to implement. Fan blades would be nice. Yeah, Fox, I see you mentioning fan blades a lot. I think that'd be cool too. Atherin says, give me an English broadsword. Yeah, I would definitely wouldn't mind a broadsword. I would like a magic user, Matt said. Like, you mean like Aswell? Like another magic user like that? Or somebody more akin to like Viola, who uses like the orb and stuff. MKSM says, which is your favorite Inferno design, not including Inferno Nightmare? I like the Inferno from this game. I think it looks awesome. Soul of Twitch Thought. It's more important to make a game fun than to make it just for esports. 1,010% agree. 1,010% agree. Unfortunately, though, esports really drives the market in terms of recognition for games. So the longer that a game stays playable in a tournament setting, the more eyes get on it, the more people buy it, and it actually pushes the development team further and gives them a higher budget. So that's why a lot of those development teams focus on esports as opposed to single player. But I think Soul Calibur is doing a really good job of keeping the single player intact. Solar is something like Aswell. Yeah, if they kill off Aswell, I definitely think we should have Soul of Aswell in the next game, like that we can at least use for create a character. Soul Calibur 2 Inferno looked cool with Soul Calibur as his head. Yeah, I agree. A lot of the character designs in Soul Calibur 2 were actually awesome. Soul Calibur 2 is a really good looking game. Like when I first got Soul Calibur 3, even though it's my favorite game, I remember being like, how come the graphics don't look as good as Soul Calibur 2? But I got over that after a time because they went for more anime aesthetic. Soul Embrace. Soul of Booby Streamer. Drank that beer and it got like 1,000 degrees hotter in this room. It's the best character designs in reference to Soul Calibur 2 designs. Yeah, I think the Soul Calibur 2 designs are on point. I think they're immaculate. I really like even Spawn's design and stuff. Soul Calibur 2 was great, but a little overrated. I definitely agree. It's everyone's favorite because more people played it and most people started with Soul Calibur 2. You had the different guest characters on the different variations of the consoles, so it got it into a lot more hands than just having it on the other consoles. So I think that's part of it. I mean, because we had, Soul Edge was only on PlayStation. Soul Calibur 1 was only on Dreamcast, but then later got ported to the digital store for Xbox. And then Soul Calibur 2 was on GameCube, Xbox, and PS2, and then later got the HD remake for 360 and PS3. And then when we switched over to Soul Calibur 3, it was only PS2 exclusive again. So that's why I think people really hold Soul Calibur 4 and Soul Calibur 2 in the highest regards, because Soul Calibur 4 looks the nicest, honestly. And the most people that started it were newcomers because they got into the Soul Calibur. I mean, the Star Wars stuff. Soul Blade in the arcades is where my journey began. Yeah, Death. Unfortunately, I never played it in the arcade, but I did port it. I did port the Japanese version. Mark says, playing Soul Calibur 1 on a Dreamcast emulator is so fun. Yeah, I'm probably going to buy a Dreamcast back again just so I can get Soul Calibur 1 physical. I think since I'm a Soul Calibur YouTuber, I should own all the games. Like, I have it digitally, but I think I should own them all physically. I think it's a heresy that I don't. Like my Soul Calibur 5 is digital. That's not physical. My Soul Calibur 2 is digital, not physical. So I need to go back and get all those just so I have them. And when we do the new office after I move, then we can have a nice little setup where I have all the cases or something like that. Soul Calibur started for you when you played Soul Calibur 2 in the arcade when you were young. Yeah, a lot of people were introduced to Soul Calibur 2 as their first one. I hear that a lot. Literally got in a fight for winning. And yes, here heresy. Yeah, I understand it's heresy. That's why we need them green boys so you can help me not go against this this heresy. Wait, I am not holy. I mean, just for me personally, as a Soul Calibur YouTuber, I should probably own them all physically. Solar Flare says, what is your favorite music track in Soul Calibur? It's Innocent Vision. I think it's Setsuka's theme. That's always been my favorite. Thaddeus says, wholeheartedly agree with you about Soul Calibur 2 being overrated. However, can we get Spawn's axe style back again? I wish. I think it would be cool if they gave Algol, I mean, not Algol, freaking Aeon Spawn's axe style. Soulblade says, I didn't get to play 3 until like 2 years ago. Yeah, I hear that a lot, dude, because it was only on PS2 and most of its fan base was built up on Xbox. Listen, the PS2 version of Soul Calibur 2 is hands down the worst. Nobody gives a shit about playing as Heihachi Mishima in like every single game known to man. Because at that point, he was in like Soul Calibur 2, he was in his own Tekken series, then he was in like Tekken Tag. He was also, then he came in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. There was also on that 3DS game that he was on, or DS game, I forget what it's called, Project Cross Zone. He was in that. He was just in too much crap and nobody cared. So most people played as Link or Spawn. And then I think when those fan base built itself up, when they found out that the next game was only on PS2, it was, right. Heihachi, but we got to remember, MKSM, Heihachi was not supposed to be in Soul Calibur 2. It was supposed to be Cloud from Final Fantasy 7. But they changed it last minute. It's something that had to do with licensing for Kingdom Hearts or some crap, I remember. Thaddeus says, so true. I remember getting Soul Calibur 2, and the big thing was Link in the game and Spawn. Yeah, I had all 3 versions, but I never touched Soul Calibur 2 on PS2. I mean, I played it sporadically because my friend went to my friend's house because he had a PS2, and that's it, so I'd bring it over there. But my preferred one was actually on the Xbox because I'm a huge Spawn fan. So having Spawn in a game that wasn't crap, because he was only in crap games at that time, I played on that the most. I played it on GameCube a lot also, but mostly on GameCube I was just playing like Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, and stuff like that, Mario Kart and stuff. I have not played GameCube Soul Calibur 2. Link is awesome in there. He throws bombs and stuff. He's awesome. And that's the only version you can get Link, because in the HD remake, there's only Spawn and Heihachi. Link is not in the HD remake, which also took away modes and features, but added HD and online. So I need to get the physical versions of the old games anyway. How do I feel about Spawn in Mortal Kombat 11? I love him in Mortal Kombat 11. I absolutely love him. He's my main in Mortal Kombat now. My main went from being Liu Kang to Melina and now to Spawn. What are the missing modes, by the way? I forget. Matt can tell you. Solar Flare will definitely be able to tell you. I forget exactly off the top of my head. Guys, we have 5 minutes until we are getting to 2 hours. So we are going to get hit with another wall, or we're going to stop it here. Your first one is Noob or Noob Saibot. Because I know they fused them together in a 3D era. Liu Kang is my second mode. Yeah, I love that dragon kick and the bicycle kicks, dude. Noob Saibot, yeah, that's what I thought. I have a customization for him in 11, and he's called Boob Thigh Thought. Or no, it's Boob Thigh Thought. I hope they do that new Patroclus in his timeline and gets Link's moveset. He's not going to be, Patroclus is not going to be in. So FT already said that our kid's not going to be Patroclus in this game. My main in Mortal Kombat 11 is Fujin. Yeah, Ragaroth, Rich, his channel, he's obsessed with Fusion. He's so happy that Fujin's back. I'll show my noob in the Discord later. Bet, definitely. We have a Mortal Kombat, what do you call it? Discussion board over there. Guys, we have 5 minutes to throw up some green boys, or we're going to end the stream, unfortunately. And just so you know, if we do the if we extend it, what did we say last time? We say 5 or 10. Let's if we do 10, then like this bad boy gets gone too in like 5 seconds. So let's see if we can do something about that. I'd love to stay on forever, but like I only have a certain amount of time because I have to do other work. And tomorrow I have to make all of the week's videos in one day so that I can have time to work on the comic I'm working on. Spawn and Raiden are your mains. I love Raiden's fly across the room electric attack. It's my favorite attack of his. I know, but I hope I forgot his name. Yeah, I forgot his name too. I think it starts with a D. I don't remember though. I have to replay Cassandra's story. We have sorry, my lady friend called me. No problem, Matt. That's fine. Someone up in the Discord had a chat question about Soul Calibur 2, like which modes in the HD version were taken out from the original Soul Calibur 2. So if you can answer that for him, that'd be great. And we have 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes to extend the stream. It's getting hot in here. I'm about to bust out a fan. We have a little bit less than 3 minutes, guys. So we can extend the stream, or we can leave it at this for now. It's totally up to you. It's up to the Yoon-Fam. Oh, by the way, joining the channel as a member does count. That's not separate. Like if you join, oh, happy holidays, Omar. I appreciate you. I'm playing Soul Calibur 6 on my PS5 right now. Yeah, MKSM. It's it actually looks really good on PS5. Like that's what I've been playing on now too, and it looks great with the HDR enabled and stuff. So it doesn't have to just be 10. If we get another member, I'll extend it also. We have 2 minutes. 2 minutes, guys. Quick, someone throw out a green boy, Matt says. Yes. Throw out a green boy or join the channel. If you click that join button next to the subscribe button and you become a Yoon-Fam member, there is benefits that are hidden that are not just on the benefit list. So when you join the Discord, there's a special membership chat, and I can tell you all of the benefits that are in there. MKSM says I'm bankrupt. Yeah, buddy, and you already became a member today. So if you see those weird symbols next to certain users' names, those are members. 1 minute and 15 seconds. Soulblaze says I gave you all I can today. Yeah, you're not. It's not up to you. Yeah, you already did. You're fine. Let's hope we can get another hero in the stream. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute remaining. Speaking of noob, I wonder if they would add a character similar to him. You mean in Soul Calibur or in Mortal Kombat? We gonna end it here for today, guys? Or are we gonna go on? We have 30 seconds. That's fine, Atherin. You're not required to. We'll just do $5. We do one green boy, I'll drink a beer, and we can extend the stream for, let's say, another 20 minutes. I'll give you guys 1 extra minute to see, because I know setting stuff up like that is a little hard. So we just hit 2 hours. I'll give you 1 minute, or maybe we'll say 2 minutes just to be fair. I don't want to. Let's keep the chat going while we're waiting. If anyone has a question, now'll be the time. Yeah, right, guys. Yeah, I don't want to be desperate. It's just like it's cutting into other stuff that I have to do. But I'm happy to keep going with you guys if you want. Don't forget, guys, to like the stream because it helps out in the algorithm, so that YouTube will actually push this video out later on to other people, and they can see our fun conversations that we're having, and everybody applies. What's my least favorite JoJo part? Anything post part 4. I hate all the new JoJo stuff. Part 1 and 2 are my favorite. All right, guys, I want to thank you for joining me today on the live stream. It was a lot of fun. We will do this again soon, and look forward to a bunch of new videos this week, as well as a new community video for this Friday. So make sure you comment on all those videos and stuff so that you can get your comment featured. And just to let you know, some of you guys who are already texting me about like ideas of stuff you want me to talk about, I'm going to be covering some of those this week. So if you see yours, congratulations. But I think we're going to bring this video to an end, guys. Thank you for joining, and thank you guys who all became members today. I really appreciate it. Thank you for everyone who donated to the stream. I can't make these videos without you guys, so I really appreciate you. And everyone say it together. As always, I like it. Thank you. And sound off, chat. What do we say? There you go. Thick you, guys. Thick you. All right, guys. I appreciate it. Peace. My voice is thick you. That's the best I can do without the auto tune in my editor. Thank you, guys. Peace out.